What's up, guys? I'm Chad Barnes, and welcome to the channel. Here, it's all about real car talk, from simple fixes to smart driving tips and keeping your ride in top shape. If that sounds good to you, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button, and make sure you watch all the way through. There's a lot of good stuff coming. Let's get to it.
The first military tractors were modified wheel tractors, special short wheelbase cars and trucks with a short rear platform, on which ballast plates were placed to increase the traction of the driving wheels. In the pre-war years, thanks to the work of German designer August Frohoff in the U.S., appeared tractors created on shortened chassis of conventional trucks, which instead of bodies were installed fifth wheels. They were so successful and practical that in Allied countries began to urgently organize the production of such vehicles. Germany in the process of active preparation of the Third Reich for the Second World War, which led to the creation of new types of transport vehicles. There was one minor flaw. In the extensive armament of the Wehrmacht there was no place for the simplest tractors, which were replaced by airfield vehicles, conventional trucks and half-track transporters. The main special tractor of wartime was Hanomag ST-100W Gigant, with a pre-chamber 100 horsepower diesel engine and 7-seat cab for driver, couplers, and crews of towed equipment, which was used mainly for towing aircraft weighing up to 20 tons. Second in importance was the 150 horsepower Fawn ZR tractor with an extended body to accommodate hitches and ballast, capable of towing 40-ton trailers and deplanes. 4 sorting railroad cars at large stations served as a variant of ZRS, capable of moving on the rails. Several dozens of such machines were built. In the late 30s, the little-known company Kalbel produced 30 short wheelbase airfield tractors Z6WA and 123-axle ballast trucks Z8V2A with an open 2-seat body for working personnel. They were equipped with diesel engines rated at 100 and 130 horsepower respectively. United Kingdom during World War II. The United Kingdom's set of military tractor-trailer vehicles was much more modest than America's, although it included tractor-trailer versions of many British trucks. Moreover, the British Armed Forces received light artillery tractors with special all-metal bodies for towed guns, as well as special 3-axle artillery tractors Albion and Scammell. Morris Commercial C8 FAT, 1939 to 1945. In the C8 family of four-wheel drive vehicles of the company Morris Commercial's C8 family of four-wheel drive vehicles, there were several variants of light 70 horsepower C8 FAT field artillery tractors for towing trailers or guns up to 57 mm caliber. Their distinctive features were closed lightly armored bodies with upper sloping panels with observation windows, designed for 6 men of towed gun crews, cabins with 2 non-tiltable front windows, a hatch or canvas top on the roof and different sizes of wheels. A total of 8.5 thousand copies were produced. Carrier KT4, 1939 to 1944. A similar 80 horsepower tractor KT4 Spider for towing guns of up to 76 mm caliber was produced by the Carrier Company. The high body with folding windshields, narrow side windows and a roof rack was used for accommodation of combat troops and transportation of ammunition. 2 heavy vehicles were supplied only to military units in India and North Africa. They were produced 520 units. Albion Foot 15N, 1945 to 1946. The most perfect and original low-profile artillery tractor Foot 15N, 6x6, was considered the ancestor of the whole post-war generation of Albion trucks. Its features were a semi-bonneted layout with a 95 horsepower engine partially removed from the cab and a cargo passenger body with a compartment, 4 combat troops, side entrance door and ammunition boxes. Scammell Pioneer TRMU, 1937 to 1945. A special page in the British history of military vehicles were the Scammell TRMU 20 and TRMU 30. Heavy single tractors, which shortly before the war formed the second generation of the Pioneer, 6x4. They were equipped with a gasoline engine or 6-cylinder diesel engine with an output of 86 and 102 horsepower, 6-speed gearbox, 4-door. Cab with a sloping roof and pneumatic brakes of low-frame semi-trailers with payload of 20 and 30 tons. The length of such a combination exceeded 15 meters, GVW, 45 tons. Scammell Pioneer R100, 1939 to 1945. On the eve of the war in the family Pioneer began production of ballast tractor R100 for towing gun systems of caliber up to 155 mm with a standard 102 horsepower diesel engine or inline 8-cylinder engine with an output of 140 horsepower. It differed from the tractor version by a cargo passenger body for a gun crew of 9 men, a set of ammunition and a light crane for their reloading. The most common variants were the SV-A2S flatbed recovery vehicles with a mechanical crane and winch and the SV-1S variant with AL. Shaped boom. A total of 548 tractors and 786 ballast trucks were assembled. USA. In contrast to the low saturation of Army tractors on both sides of the conflict in the United States, simple multi-purpose tractors of various designs and purposes were included in literally all programs of 2- and 3-axle military vehicles of bonneted, semi-bonneted and cab-over layout. International Harvester H542, 1944 to 1945. The impetus for the production of short wheelbase tractors H542, 4x2, of the International Harvester Company was the upcoming Allied landings in Normandy, which required simultaneous delivery of large loads from the coast to the places of deployment of troops and back. They worked as part of road trains with GVW of 18 tons in coupling with single-axle high-sided semi-trailers and all-metal vans created specially for them. Semi-bonneted trucks were equipped with a 124 horsepower overhead valve 6-cylinder engine, double main gear, air brakes, cab width, removable tarpaulin top, flat radiator trim and heavy-duty bumper. In 1 year, International Harvester assembled 4,640 H542 tractors. Autocar U7144T, U8144T, 1941 to 1945. The well-known multi-purpose all-wheel drive tractors of 2 types were produced by the company Autocar. The base vehicle U7144T of 5-ton category was equipped with a gasoline engine of 112 horsepower, 2-stage transfer gearbox with front drive disconnector, closed or open cab with a flat grille. The 6-ton version U8144T differed by 72.5 centimeters longer frame, which allowed to install behind the cab a rectangular metal box with a winch, spare tire, coupling accessories, and loading and unloading tools for a variety of cargoes. During the war years, 11,000 such tractors were built. The U8144T tractor with a toolbox, assembled in the British town of Pearson. 1942 Federal 94 by 43, 1941 to 1945. In parallel with the Autocar U7144T tractor, the company Federal produced a unified version of the 94 by 43, which differed by new components in the transmission and braking system, as well as rounded side panels of the hood and sloping front mask with a convex radiator grille. Mack NJU-1, 1941 to 1942. By order of the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, the Mack Company built 700 heavy-duty 136 horsepower NJU-1 tractors, 4x4, used for towing semi-trailers with equipment for pontoon crossings. Especially for them was created a high all-metal cab with a sloping front wall and a protective grille, which hid the winch. During the war years, several small American companies were engaged in the design and manufacture of road tractors of various configurations, with wheel configurations 6x4 and 6x6. It is impossible to tell about them in detail in one article, so we give only photos and brief information about these trucks. In contrast to tractors in the U.S., the share of ballast design was quite famous machines of the Diamond T Company, which produced 185 horsepower models T980 and T981. 6x4, for towing artillery guns up to 155 mm caliber and low-frame trailers, about which we have already described. The title photo shows the Autocar U8144T extended engineering tractor for towing semi-trailers with heavy pontoons and metal sections of collapsible axles. All measures are converted to the International System of Units. Only authentic black and white illustrations are used in the article. Full color photos are made by the author. In conclusion, the little-known Army tractors of World War II played a pivotal role in shaping the modern truck industry. These robust machines, designed for versatility and endurance, laid the groundwork for the vehicles we rely on today. By understanding their history, we gain a deeper appreciation for the engineering innovations and practical designs that emerged from wartime necessity. As we reflect on these ancestors of modern trucks, we recognize their lasting impact on transportation and logistics, reminding us that even the most humble beginnings can lead to remarkable advancements. Thank you for joining us on this journey through history.